Imagine this moment right now. The day after Christmas. The world slowing down. People distracted, tired, satisfied, thinking they still have one more week before they need to take life seriously again. But not you. This moment, right here, right now, is the most honest moment of the entire year. Because the noise faded, the pressure stopped, and all you're left with is yourself. And I need to ask you something simple but extremely uncomfortable. What exactly are you planning to change in 2026? Sure, you probably made a list. New car, more money, a better body, a calmer mind, a fresh start, a new identity, a different life. Beautiful goals. But here's the question nobody asks. What did you do today to make any of that real? Not last month, not in January, not when things get easier, not once the holidays are over. Today. Because if the answer is nothing, then this video is for you. I used to make lists too. Big ones. Lists that looked like someone else's version of my life. Lists filled with hope, but no execution. Every year I promised myself that this time it would be different. But nothing changed. Because lists don't change people. Identity does. And one day, painfully, I realized the truth. Your life does not transform because the calendar resets. It transforms the moment you reset. So before 2026 arrives, I want to ask you a few questions that most people avoid their entire lives. Questions that hurt. Questions that clarify. Questions that reveal who you really are. Let's start with the first one. Why do you want what you want? Is it truly your desire? Or is it something you think you should want? Something society told you to want? Something you want to prove to others? Something your ego wants to brag about? Because if the goal isn't yours, the discipline will never be yours either. Change requires ownership, and ownership requires truth. What did you actually do in 2025 that moved you forward? Not what you posted, not what you planned, not what you talked about. What you did. Did you choose discipline over comfort? Did you choose responsibility over excuses? Did you choose improvement over repetition? Because the harsh truth is this: your patterns build your future, not your dreams. Who do you need to let go of, including past versions of yourself? Yes, some people hold you back. But let's be honest. The person who holds you back the most is often the one sitting in your own mind. The version of you who procrastinates, avoids discomfort, waits for motivation, expects perfect timing, doubts everything, and settles for less. That version cannot enter 2026. It won't survive there. It doesn't belong there. A new year demands a new identity. So here's how I changed my life when lists stopped working and responsibility finally started. And here's how you can do it too. You start by asking, what kind of person achieves what I want? Not, how do I get rich, but what does a disciplined, focused, consistent person do every day? Not, how do I get healthier? But, how does someone who respects their own body live? You become the result by becoming the person who creates the result. Identity creates direction. Direction creates habits. Habits create destiny. Choose only 3 goals. Pick 3 things you want to change in 2026. Not 20, not 10, just 3. Because the human brain can execute 3. It can commit to 3. It can stay consistent with 3. When you master 3 core areas, your entire life transforms around them. Start with 1 action. 1 action. Not a perfect plan, not a 30-day transformation, not a new lifestyle. Just 1 step executed consistently. Movement creates clarity. Clarity creates progress. Progress creates identity. Build a system, not a fantasy. Motivation fades. Emotion fades. Hype fades. But systems don't. Systems are the real engine of change. Daily routine, weekly reviews, clear structure, non-negotiable habits. If you want a new life, stop depending on motivation. Depend on systems. Silence your announcements. Never announce your goals. Prove them. Live them. Execute them. Real change happens quietly. By the time people notice, the transformation is already done. I want you to leave this video with one truth. 2026 won't be better magically. It will be better because you will be better. And that transformation begins today, right now. In the silence after Christmas, when the world is distracted and you are awake. While others wait for January, you begin. While others dream, you act. While others write lists, you build identity. While others promise, you execute. This is the difference between someone who watches life happen and someone who takes control of it. So ask yourself, what do I really want? Who do I need to become? What is my first step? And what will I do today? Because your future is watching you, and 2026 will reflect every decision you make from this moment on. If this video woke something inside you, don't let it fade tomorrow. This is your moment, your turning point, your responsibility. You don't need permission. You don't need motivation. You need action. Either you take control of 2026, or 2026 takes control of you.